So in 2025, I had started a new business. I think it was actually the end of 2024 where I started it. But I posted a video here on this channel and I was talking about it and I was really excited. Fast forward to today and that business doesn't really exist. I mean, I guess it exists, but I haven't done anything with it. And I would consider it one of my failed business attempts. So I want to talk about that experience and what it was and why it didn't work. Honeycut was a product video agency. So we were dealing with e-commerce brands that needed, often content for their products, whether it's listing videos or listing photos or, just creative ad content for social. And it was a centralized place where you could easily buy these different pre-made packages that we had that included a video, included, photos. Well, what went wrong with it is I lost interest very fast. Once it was built, once I had built out the website and I had made my go-to-market strategy and I had started to go out and actually market the thing, I found that I was not interested in it at all. Like I didn't want anything to do with it once I had gotten to the point where it was completed and it was finished. I was so eager to get out and start a business, but I was overly eager that I didn't even know what that business was going to be. And I felt like it had to be something that I already knew how to do. And I don't think that I was really ready to commit to doing something like that. Now, I don't think that it was a failure in the sense that there's no market for it or it's not a validated idea. It's a business that could be very successful. So if you want Honeycut, contact me. I mean, I can give it to you. My DMs are open. I've got ADHD like you wouldn't believe. And I get excited about something and then 10 minutes later I get excited about something else. And it's something I'm continually trying to work on. And so it's pretty easy for myself to distract myself once a new idea comes in, like a new opportunity or something. But this one felt really different because I had been paying attention to the AI space and I found myself really interested in it and just the possibilities. And I got really into the web development side of things when I was building out Honeycut because I built it out myself and I made the website myself. I started to figure out how I could use ChatGPT and get answers from ChatGPT, have it write code for me, paste that into Webflow, and then preview it and just see how it worked. And then I was hooked. Like I just knew that was going to change software forever. And I just saw this like window open up because I had always in my mind had Honeycut as like a 5-year kind of timeline. Like I just knew that it wasn't something that was going to be my forever business. I knew that I saw it as a stepping stone into the next one. Software development had always been on the mind. It had always been on my kind of career path that I saw just because it's such an attractive business. I mean, you can sell to millions of people without needing inventory. You sell often on a subscription base. So you have this MRR, ARR, like beautiful recurring revenue stream, and the margins on it are like ridiculously high. I didn't know how to code and there was so much like barriers to get in that just felt really intimidating for me. And like sitting down and learning syntax was something that I had learned for like many years, and I'd sit down and I'd make some progress and then I just wouldn't stick with it. And then I would, not really make a whole lot of overall progress. But I saw this and I just saw that how it's going to get to a point where I don't have to know all that, but I can still get it to do what I want it to do. And as I saw just the capabilities of what ChatGPT was doing, it just continued to expand and grow. And then I started playing with Claude, and that was a game changer. How much innovation has happened between where we're at now, 2026, and the beginning of 2025? Like there was so much to happen, like just in this last 6 months. I mean, we've had like MCPs become a thing, and those have just like completely changed the game. And we have like Cursor operating at the way that it is. We have Claude Code operating how that is. But at the start of the year, it wasn't necessarily like that. And you didn't have that same control. And this is where like Lovable started to come out, or Bolt, Replit. And they seemed really cool and really interesting. But even like last year, from where they're at now, they were totally different. I mean, you had really basic UIs. It just felt AI, which I think it still often does to this day. But they're continuing to make, changes and improvements. And then MCPs, I won't even get into that right now, but MCPs are like the coolest thing ever. It's just like APIs on steroids. So what went wrong with Honeycut? To kind of bring back to Honeycut. Well, that happened. Tech happened. Software, AI happened, and I got really excited about it, and I saw the potential. There's a lot of other things that I just hadn't really fully understood or realized what I was going to be able to do with Honeycut. I mean, Honeycut, like, once I started making these sales and they're starting to come through, I was going to have to find a place to store all this. So I'd have to go get like a storage unit, and there's a lot of organization aspects. You know, I don't have a huge house, and I did not have the capital to go get a studio already. And so I was going to try to make do by, moving my car out of my garage to set up a studio there. But I live in Arizona, and it gets super hot, and I wouldn't want to be out there 8-10 hours a day, taking photos of people's stuff, and plus maybe some of it's like frozen ice cream treats or whatever, and it melts immediately. And so I'd have to be in here in my office. My office also doesn't get AC very well, so it gets hot in here. It gets like 88 degrees in the summertime, and it just kind of sounded a little bit miserable, and it sounded like a lot of headache, a lot of maintenance, and a lot of work for something that I didn't know if I was actually really sold on. Part of me is I love to create, and I love to create all sorts of things. I love art, and I love building things. I love engineering things, and software hits a lot of those notes. I think I'm going to see a whole lot more failure on this journey. Like, I haven't even probably scratched the surface of the type of failures that I'm going to experience, but I think that's exciting, and that's good that I'm like at least learning what doesn't work, and hopefully next time I can fail 50% faster. And it's good to fail, and I think that means that I'm on the right path, and or I'm finding the path. Maybe that's the better way to say it. So what's next? Well, a lot of exciting things are next. I'm building out a lot of stuff, and I've really kind of committed a lot of my energy, effort, and time into the AI space and development. I have been building out myself some software, and I'm getting really excited about the direction that software is going. I think it is changing a lot. It's changing from that typical SaaS, software as a service, and is becoming more service as a software. And I'm excited to see where we can go with that and things that I can build out. And then I'm also wanting to just connect back into who I am and things that I love. Dealing with the loss of my dad has changed a lot about me. And, I'm really wanting to reconnect with who I am and the person that I've always been and things that I love. So I've been getting into, you can't see it on the camera, but back into film photography and wanting to develop my own film and get some prints, filming, art pieces with my camera. And I feel like I've lost a lot of that as life has been full of stress. I'm just wanting to really maximize my year and, have a lot of fun creating stuff. Cause I love creating, and whether it's creating a business, creating a software, creating a video, creating a YouTube video, whatever it is, that stuff gives me so much energy, and I love it. So that's sort of what's next for this channel, and just for myself. I'm just really going to, be sharing my journey along. So thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good one, you guys. I'll see you later.